Beowulf, translated by Lesslie Hall. Book 31, Gift-Giving is Mutual. So the beloved land prince lived in decorum. I had missed no rewards, no meeds of my prowess, but he gave me jewels regarding my wishes, hafting his barn. I'll bring them to thee then, atheling of earlmen, offer them gladly, and still unto thee is all my affection. But few of my folkkin find I surviving but thee, dear Hygelac. Bade he in then to carry the boar image, banner, battle high helmet, iron grey armour, the excellent weapon. In song measures said, this suit for the battle Hrothgar presented me, bade me expressly, wise-mooded atheling, thereafter to tell thee the whole of its history. Said King Harogar owned it, Dane prince for long, yet he wished not to give then the mail to his son, though dearly he loved him, Hereward the hardy, hold all in joyance. I heard that there followed hard on the jewels 2 braces of stallions of striking resemblance, dappled and yellow. He granted him usance of horses and treasures, so a kinsman should bear him no web of treachery weave for another, nor by cunning craftiness cause the destruction of trusty companion. Most precious to Hygelac, the bold one in battle, was the bairn of his sister, and each unto other mindful of favours. I am told that to Hygd he proffered the necklace, wonder gem rare, that Wealhtheow gave him. The troop leader's daughter, a trio of horses slender and saddle-bright, soon did the jewel embellish her bosom, when the beer feast was over. So Ecgtheow's barn brave did prove him, war-famous man, by deeds that were valiant. He lived in honour, beloved companions slew not carousing. His mood was not cruel, but by hand-strength hugest of heroes then living, the brave one retained the bounteous gift that the Lord had allowed him. Long was he wretched, so that sons of the Geatmen accounted him worthless, and the Lord of the liegemen loath was to do him mickle of honour. When mead cups were passing, they fully believed him idle and sluggish, an indolent atheling. To the honour-blessed man there came requital for the cuts he had suffered. The folk troop's defender bade fetch to the building the heirloom of Hrethel, embellished with gold, so the brave one enjoined it. There was jewel no richer in the form of a weapon 'mong Geats of that era. In Beowulf's keeping he placed it, and gave him 7 of thousands, manor and lordship. Common to both was land 'mong the people, estate and inherited rights and possessions. To the second one specially spacious dominions, to the one who was better. It afterward happened, in days that followed, befell the battle-thanes, after Hygelac's death, and when Heardred was murdered with weapons of warfare neath well-covered targets, when valiant battlemen in Victorban sought him, war-skilding heroes harassed the nephew of Herrick in battle. To Beowulf's keeping turned there in time extensive dominions. He fittingly ruled them 50 of winters. He a man-ruler wise was, manor-ward old, till a certain one gan, on a gloom-darkening nights, a dragon to govern, who guarded a treasure, a high-rising stone cliff, on heath that was greyish. A path neath it lay, unknown unto mortals. Some one of earthmen entered the mountain, the heathenish horde laid hold of with ardour. Book 32, The Horde and the Dragon. He sought of himself who sorely did harm him, but, for need very pressing, the servant of one of the sons of the heroes hate-blows evaded. Seeking for shelter, and the sin-driven warrior took refuge within there. He early looked in it, when the onset surprised him. He a gem vessel saw there, many of such like ancient ornaments in the earth cave were lying, as in days of yore some one of men of illustrious lineage, as a legacy monstrous, there had secreted them, careful and thoughtful, dear valued jewels. Death had oft snatched them in the days of the past, and the one man moreover of the flower of the folk, who fared there the longest, was fain to defer it, friend mourning warder, a little longer to be left in enjoyment of long-lasting treasure. A barrow already stood on the plain, the stream currents nigh to, knew by the ness edge uneath of approaching. The keeper of rings carried within a ponderous deal of the treasures of nobles, of gold that was beaten. Briefly he spake then, Hold thou, O earth, now heroes no more, may the earnings of earlmen. Lo, erst in thy bosom worthy men won them. War death hath ravished, perilous life-bale, all of my warriors. Liegemen beloved, who this life have forsaken, who hall pleasures saw. No sword-bearer have I, and no one to burnish the gold-plated vessel, the high-valued beaker. My heroes are vanished. The hardy helm behung with gilding shall be reaved of its riches. The ring-cleansers slumber who were charged to have ready visors for battle, and the byrnie that bided in battle encounter or breaking of war-shields, the bite of the edges moulds with the hero. The ring-twisted armour, its lord being lifeless, no longer may journey hanging by heroes. Harp-joy is vanished, the rapture of glee-wood. No excellent falcon swoops through the building, no swift-footed charger grindeth the gravel. A grievous destruction no few of the world-folk widely hath scattered. So, woeful of spirit, one after all lamented mournfully, moaning in sadness by day and by night, till death with its billows dashed on his spirit. Then the ancient dusk-scather found the great treasure standing all open. He who flaming and fiery flies to the barrows, naked war-dragon, nightly escapeth encompassed with fire. Men under heaven widely beheld him. 'Tis said that he looks for the hoard in the earth, where old he is guarding the heathenish treasure. He'll be nowise the better. So 300 winters the waster of peoples held upon earth that excellent hoard hall, till the forementioned earlman angered him bitterly. The beat-plated beaker he bare to his chieftain, and fullest remission for all his remissness begged of his liege lord. Then the hoard was discovered, the treasure was taken. His petition was granted, the lorn-mooded liegeman. His lord regarded the old work of earth-folk. 'Twas the earliest occasion. When the dragon awoke, the strife was renewed there. He snuffed long the stone then, stout-hearted found he the footprint of foemen. Too far had he gone with cunning craftiness close to the head of the fire-spewing dragon. So undoomed he may scape from anguish and exile with ease who possesseth the favour of heaven. The hoard-warden eagerly searched o'er the ground then, would meet with the person that caused him sorrow while in slumber reclining. Gleaming and wild he oft went round the cavern, all of it outward. Not any of earthmen was seen in that desert. Yet he joyed in the battle, rejoiced in the conflict. Oft he turned to the barrow, sought for his gem-cup. Thus he soon perceived then that some man or other had discovered the gold, the famous folk treasure. Not fain did the hoard-ward wait until evening. Then the ward of the barrow was angry in spirit. The loathed one wished to pay for the dear-valued drink-cup with fire. Then the day was done as the dragon would have it. He no longer would wait on the wall, but departed fire-impelled, flaming. Fearful the start was to earls in the land, as it early thereafter to their giver of gold was grievously ended.